they'd have to leave, the people of Recontre told the government where to go. And today, as a result of their determination to stick it out, this tiny community of 220 is preparing to welcome hundreds of former residents back to the past for a glimpse of the future.
Last two lines of every second verse.
Yeah, play her over, right?
Try that one.
In Recontre East, Come Home Year is even something to sing about, and this group of local men is putting out a special commemorative album. The Recontre Boys, as they call themselves, have written all the material for the album, and they've been practicing for months. Quite an undertaking for a bunch of fishermen who've never even seen the inside of a recording studio. The boys are attempting to capture in words and music what the people here feel in their hearts. And tonight, we'll be using some of their songs to help tell our story.
We got quite a bit of work to do yet, so this is a reason for this meeting to save and see what we can get done in the weekend now.
For Chairman Tom Keynes, there's hardly enough hours in the day. If he isn't practicing with the band or tending his lobster pots at 5 in the morning, you're sure to find him at a meeting of his Come Home Year committee. Tom's got lots of help, though. There are 35 full-time committee members, and practically everyone else in town is involved in one way or another. But when you're planning 10 full days of wall-to-wall celebrations, Tom Keynes and his committee can use all the help they can get.
The sooner we can get at it, the better, and sometime next week now, so in the meantime, I want to thank everybody for coming along to the meeting. The year 1990 is a real special time for the people of Recontre East. We look forward to family and friends from afar, and we hope to give them a treat. We'll have sing songs and dances and parties galore. We'll tell you stories not read in a book. There'll be lots of good grub, like stewed fish and moose, and trout that was caught in the brook. So come on back, people, to your native shore, where you roamed when you were a child. You can relive the past and visit the new. We hope that you'll stay for a while. Sure, some things have changed since you have gone. Some things you once recognized. But most of the things you'll find are the same, so there won't be no major surprise. Some of our folks that are up in years, you'll remember from days gone by. They'll all talk of loved ones familiar to you, gone to the land in the sky. So come on back, people, to your native shore, where you roamed when you were a child. You can relive the past and visit the new. We hope that you'll stay for a while. Go up on the neck or out on the point, little harbor over in the brook. Down's Pond and Daniels and the old Thornton Rock, and to Blue Point for one final look. So come on back, people, to your native shore, where you roamed when you were a child. You can relive the past and visit the new, and we hope that you'll stay for a while. Turn right back, boys. Turn right back.
6 weeks later, Recontre East is ready today to welcome hundreds of expatriates. They've left nothing to chance. Everything's in place.
Well, we got a case, okay?
10 a.m., the Marine Courier steams across Fortune Bay. Her first stop, Recontre East. Ordinarily, the courier would be carrying only a handful of passengers to Recontre. The rest will be destined for communities all along the coast to Port Basque. But this is no ordinary crossing. So here we are, the big day. A full boatload here, an expectant crowd on the wharf. The weather isn't very good outside, but that doesn't matter. All hands here are going home. Isn't that right? Right. For sure. In a place like Recontre, where the coastal boat is the only regular link with the rest of the province, there's always a good crowd on hand to greet her. But even some of the older crew members aboard the Courier, guys who've been coming here for years, are taken a bit aback by this morning's turnout. They've never seen the likes of this before. But it's a scene they'll witness over and over again during the next week or so, as people from all over the province and other parts of the world come home to Recontre. In many cases for the first time in 30, even 40 years. It's quite a time.
Gonna have a good one.
By 1 o'clock, the hot sun burns off the early morning fog and the temperature climbs into the mid-20s. A perfect afternoon for the kickoff parade and the official opening ceremonies. No big elaborate floats, no fancy costumes, but who needs them? The people here have each other, and that's what this reunion is all about.
Committee, it gives me great pleasure to welcome you to Recontre East Come Home Year 1990. It's been a long haul since October the 15th of '89 when we gathered at school to organize a committee. At first we had no idea whatsoever of what we were at or what to expect. But as time went on and everything fell into place, we realized we had a big but exciting challenge ahead. As you can see, we put a lot of work into making what is the biggest happening ever in Recontre. It's great to see the interest taken and pride shown by the people of our community. I'd also at this time like to thank every single person who gave time or donated 5 cents towards this event. It also gives me pride to thank our organizing committee. I know you're all proud of this day. And to all of you, enjoy yourselves. Thank you.
Where the shoreline is rugged and the sky is so blue, the people are friendly and they'll welcome you. Make your plans early, be sure to come to the place called Recontre, the place we call home. We're isolated, but we belong.
Welcome back to Recontre East. Another day, another full boatload of visitors. Marine Atlantic is doing its best to cope by laying on extra trips, but still they keep coming in droves. Committee Chairman Tom Keynes.
You know, never expected to see like a time where the wharf couldn't hold all the people, and I never expected to see that.
Why you look at her.
After 6 or 7 o'clock in the evening, you know, you're used to in that same soul around the roads. Everybody's gone home watching television or whatever, and then all of a sudden you wake up and you think you're on Young Street somewhere, you know.
Hello there, anybody home in there?
Certainly is.
The Recontre reunion is drawing visitors from all over North America and even some parts of Europe. But this young man has the distinction of coming the farthest, all the way from Australia.
I was on the ferry travelling towards St John's, just looking at the coastal scenery and meeting a few people, and I saw the crowd at the wharf and I thought there's something going on here. I should stop and say hello and see what's happening.
And you haven't been disappointed?
Not at all. No, It's been fantastic.
How have you found the people?
Oh, great. So friendly and hospitable. Yeah. I just had a meal this evening just with a family. They just invited me in.
And why Newfoundland?
Well, actually, I worked with a guy in Toronto for a while, and he's the one that inspired me. He said, people are great, and I thought, well, why not? I'll come out this way. It's another part of the world I want to see.
Terrific.
Yeah.
Is the scenery fantastic?
Oh, unbelievable. Yeah.
Incredible.
Yeah.
I bet you've never seen a backdrop for a ball feel like that before.
No, it's quite sensational. Yeah.
So, when are you planning on leaving? Or are you staying for good?
No, I'll have to leave. There's too much of this world to see. I'm going to probably leave tomorrow night in the ferry. Yeah.
Well, good memories of Recontre?
Oh, excellent. Really good.
Ahoy, me hearties, and welcome to another edition of the Schooner Bacaloo here at CKIX FM. This morning, my name is Len Penton, and we're going to have a special show on resettlement in Newfoundland.
Remember the album the Recontre boys were working on? It's out now, already a big seller, nearly 2,000 copies, and getting lots of airplay on the radio.
This weekend down in Recontre East, they're having a special get-together for a Come Home year. That's right, and a perfect cassette for the occasion is a tribute to home by the Recontre boys, and dealing centrally with my theme this morning of resettlement. I'm going to play Junior Kearley's song, Mom's Apple Pie, well, from the Recontre boys' tribute to home, here on board the schooner Bacaloo.
And thought of the places and good times I've seen. But there's no place on earth with my home to compare, where the wind blows so fresh and the water's so clear. It's the place that I'll cherish till the day that I die, the good home-cooked meals and my mom's apple pie. I'm sure that my neighbors and friends will agree that Recontre East means a great deal to me. I moved to Toronto up on the mainland, found me a job and I there settled in. But after a few months my memories did stray back to my homestead down in Fortune Bay. It's the place that I'll cherish till the day that I die, the good home-cooked meals and my mom's apple pie. I'm sure that my neighbors and friends will agree that Recontre East means a great deal to me. The harbor is sheltered from incoming winds,
Now there's a character who fits right in with music close to the floor. You can't get much closer to the floor than him. Or is it her? No odds. The music is all that matters. And as long as they keep her going, this crowd will dance around the clock. On stage today, Fortune Bay's own Gerald and Joe, one of the most popular bands on the coast. Now, when you're on the go as much as this bunch, you need to keep up your strength. The Come Home Year Committee has thought of that too, with daily scoffs in the church hall. Today, it's Jig's dinner with all the trimmings, and as usual, there's no shortage of takers. The hall is blocked.
All right, Tom, buddy. Tom.
Outside, as a cool breeze blows in off the water, some after-dinner hijinks for fun and profit. A popular fundraiser, otherwise known as the dreaded dunk tank. So far, so good. But when you're perched precariously above a big tub of ice-cold water, it doesn't pay to get cocky. It makes them mad, and they make you pay. Smart-aleck kid. Enough of this racket. Has anybody seen the boat?
Happy birthday to you.
Just kidding about the boat. We're all invited to a birthday party.
Happy birthday, dear Joan. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you all very much.
Burn that
Tom, tell us a bit about the birthday girl now and why this birthday is so special.
Boy, Joan is my godmother. This is the first time she's been back now in 41 years, and we figured we'd have a little birthday cake for her today and make it sort of special, seeing as Come Home Year, and it's special for her and special for me.
And it is special for you, Joan,
Yes, it certainly is. Yeah, it's been a great day and a great trip since we've been there. And I wouldn't miss it for anything.
And now a great birthday party.
And a great birthday party. Okay.
Of all the activities being held here in Recontre East this week, none is more meaningful to the people than this, a special commemorative service at the Anglican Church. Most of the parishioners this morning were baptized and confirmed here. Many of them were married in this church and had their own children baptized here. And it was from this little church overlooking the water that most of those who had passed on before left for their final resting place. It's an emotional time.
Come Home Year, for those of you who were born here, is a celebration of who you are. It's a celebration of your roots. And for those of us who were not born here, it's a great privilege and pleasure to share in your memories and to celebrate our connection with Recontre East. And we all join together to give thanks to God for all that He has given to all of us and to those who have passed this way before. It's good to remember our roots.
Cheer up, my brother, in the sunshine. We'll understand it all by and by.
Sure, I'll tell Reverend Whitney.
Yes, you do. Now say hello to him for me while you June. Don't forget June.
Hi there, you are.
A celebration of roots, the minister called it. She put it well, for there's a great sense of pride and accomplishment in this community. But for all the euphoria, for all the optimism here today, there's also an undercurrent of fear and concern over yet another threat to the future of this community.
I'll be around to have a look at your journals.
The school board here is threatening to do away with the high school, to move the kids out to other communities. And residents fear if the children are forced to leave, the parents would have no choice but to follow them. And that, as the Recontre boys lament in one of their songs, could be the end of the road for Recontre East.
With regard to